Today, for most of you, I guess it is. For me, it's like evening now because I'm European. But wherever you live, wherever you're watching this from now, wish you a very fantastic day. Insert daytime here. Alright, so we are going to see a run of Overcooked 2 All Stars today. So what does this mean? This means we play through the main campaign of this wonderful game. It is, I think, a total of 40 something levels. I'm not even sure how many it is. 44, 45, something like this. And this game has fixed timers, which seems weird for a speedrun, but there are ways to save time. I will go over this a little bit more while we're going, because we have a lot of time to talk about this. So the first thing I have to ask now is, I have to cut off the incentive now for the cook that I will play with. So if the host is gonna give it to me, the choice, that would be awesome. The shark, alright. So shark gonna be like, I'm gonna browse through this real quick so you can see how ridiculous some of these look. Like there was the raccoon in the wheelchair, is always a very powerful choice. This is my personal favorite, the crocodile. We're going with the shark today, which is where is it? There it is. So the shark is part of the All at Seas cook pack, which is completely free. You don't have to pay anything for it if you purchase the game, so you always get this, kind of play this character for free if you play this game. Alright, so I guess we will get going. So the timer will start at confirming this choice here. So get ready for starting the timer. We'll count it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So we're starting off with the tutorial. We're also going to skip this cutscene here. I will go a little bit over this once I get this done. So you will see I was preparing a lot of stuff here to reduce the amount of time I need while the timer is frozen. You see the timer on the lower right corner is 1:30, but it's frozen. It's not going. This is because in this level the timer will always only start once you hand in the first 3 dishes. So in this tutorial we get like introduced to salads. Just have the regular salad here, which we hand in, then a tomato salad, and then a tomato cucumber salad. So and now after we hand in the 3 dishes, you see the timer is now going. Don't even have anything to do here now, because the 3-star requirement is 60 points, which is for some reason ridiculously low on this level. But for people who are familiar with this game, you might be asking, why only 3 stars? Like, this game has more stars to offer than just 3 per level. But we are only doing 3 stars, not 4, because the fourth star will only get unlocked after we've beaten the entire game. So you basically would have to beat the game, then beat it again and get all the high scores again. So it's basically just playing through the game twice, which is kind of silly. So we only go with 3 stars, the only stars that are available from the beginning. So the basic mechanics here, you see a lot of dashing, like, you know, press the dash button, you know, like the cook like dashes a little bit forward. This can be kind of dangerous in some levels, when there are like hazardous environments, like you can fall down into swamps and water and stuff. And if you do, the cook doesn't really die, he just disappears and he has to reappear after some time. Can also talk a little bit, like this is used for multiplayer mostly. We only play single player today, obviously, so now we have completed the tutorial. We'll go over the lore about this game on the next level, I guess. So this is one of the only things you can save time on, is like the movement on the overworld here to get from level to level. You don't really want to lose any time on this. So again here I try to serve in this first dish as soon as I can, because again the timer is frozen, because we get introduced to a new dish, which is sushi and sashimi, or whatever it's called. Like, it's one is fish, the first one is fish, and the second one is like shrimps. Forgive me that I don't really know how that is called in the proper terms, but yeah, again, this level is not really hard to beat with 3 stars. I think it's 240 points, so we get that quite easily done. But the time save lies in the first dish. We really have to hurry to save like a second or so. So about this, about the lore on this game. The lore is that we have this Onion King, which is familiar from the first game, Overcooked 1. So in this game, the Onion King, which is always doing silly things. He found the like Necronomicon, I think it's called, and he thought it would be a good idea to use a random spell from that book, and he actually raised an army of unbred, which is kind of an army of undead, but it's all like in the shape of bread. And they are now threatening the kingdom, the Onion Kingdom, and we have to fend them off with our culinary skills. Like the tutorial level you saw was our poor first attempt of defeating the horde of angry unbred, and we failed because we are not skilled yet enough. Like, these two shark cooks here are just not playing together well enough right now. So first we have to visit all the different parts of the Onion Kingdom to improve our cooking skills to finally beat the horde. The horde's hunger, so to say. So this is basically the lore of this game, and yeah, the horde wave levels, this is true. There is a DLC in this game where you have to fend off some waves of undeads, which is, yeah. This is actually not, these levels are completely untimed. But it's part of a DLC, not the main game, so we're not seeing this today. So the first levels pretty much all have new dish introduced to us. Now we have like fish with rice. And again, we throw in like the rice first, because this is the bottleneck. This takes by far the longest to cook. So now that we have gotten the first dish in, the timer again is going, which was frozen before. And now we can also try it. We just go for a high score here. I don't like for the highest possible score I can do, because why not? Just laying around doing nothing is just boring. So the basic mechanics I'm using here is the dashing. You can pick up these ingredients from these baskets. These are unlimited, so we never run out of them. Ideally, you always want like to hand in these dishes while the other cook is doing something else, like mostly chopping ingredients, like this fish. Like, if you played this game in a multiplayer way, you will also notice that the chopping time for things in single player has been drastically increased in comparison to the multiplayer, where it's all within a second. This is pretty much necessary to always have one cook being busy at something while the other one is doing active stuff. This is pretty much the way you can maximize like the scores, to always have them busy at all times. So the stage hazard here is pretty much that there are people walking from left and right and from right and left. And they're actually blocking the food when I try to throw it into the rice pots there. That can be a little bit annoying, but it's nothing too serious. You see, when you have some things cooking and it's finished, then it will actually burn if you don't put it out of the pot quick enough. And then you actually have to put it in the trash and like this. If it's burned, also the kitchen can catch on fire. Then you have to put out the fire with the fire extinguisher, which also wastes time. So lots of things can go weird in this, but like these levels are not really difficult. Like the last one we needed 300 and then we got like 1400, I think. This one of those levels which is where the timer is not frozen, because we don't get introduced a new dish here. All these dishes are familiar already. We still have the shrimp thing, we have the sushi with cucumber, whatever this is called. And these are the only two dishes here, like only rice with cucumber and these nori things. Like actually sushi rolls without fish but with cucumber. So this level introduces dishwashing. We didn't have to do this before. Every time a plate respawned, it was respawning clean. Now the plates are respawning dirty, so we have to wash them in the sink here. And then we can take them off and proceed with them. The cool thing about Overcooked 2 in comparison to the first game is you can always go with an empty plate or with a plate that has something on it like this, and you can combine these things. In Overcooked 1 it was not that easy. The only way to do it was like bring the pot over, put it on there, put the pot back. This always wasted lots of time, and I'm really happy they changed it in the second game. What they also introduced is throwing ingredients like this. You can only throw raw ingredients that are not combined. You cannot throw plates, even if they're empty. You cannot throw combined food or cooked food. Like this one I cannot throw. But I can throw these raw things. So this will come in handy later, because there are actually levels you cannot complete without throwing stuff. And it will also get quite complicated in the later levels, so let's hope everything goes right. So when we reach 30 seconds remaining, the music is gonna get crazy. It gets pitched a little bit higher, so we are notified of it. I think we can get one more in here. This is a fire extinguisher. We can do funny things with it, like annoying the other cook. It's mostly just if the kitchen catches on fire. Correct, yes. So the other things is skipping cutscenes. Like when we get introduced to either a new dish or a new game mechanic, there's always be a screen that appears, and we can skip it pretty effectively. Just once you hear the sound cue, you can immediately skip it by holding B or holding A, I think. Whatever your preferred control method is. Like some people prefer using the keyboard. I play on a DualShock 4. So this is another type of level we see quite a few times. These always have the same type of dish. And they are kind of bonus levels. They are called Kevin levels, or Kevils for short. And these have the steamed stuff. So you have to like... It's a little bit more complicated to make these dishes. Like first you have to mix some... I kind of forgot the terms for this, but this one with the meat, you have to like put them into the mixer here, and once they are mixed up, they have to go to the steamer, I believe it's called. Like now I'm handing it over here, he puts it into the steamer, and then once it is fully steamed, then we can serve the food. It's not true for the fish only goes into the steamer without anything else. Sure thing. Nice, congratulations on 1000 already. This is awesome to hear. So another thing you see on the top left corner, you see the orders for the customers, and we don't really have to serve them in a specific order, but if you serve them in the order that they appeared, like first, the next one would be now meat, then fish, then meat, then 2 times fish. And if we serve them in this order, we get a tip bonus. You see on the down left corner, you see the score, which is now at 680 points. And it says tip times 4. So we have 4 times the tips as long as we don't break the order in which we serve the orders. The orders in which we serve the orders. So it's not really necessary to do this. It's only like necessary for like high scores, but it makes it a lot easier to reach the required score for 3 stars if we just follow the orders. So I will try to do this for every single level, but the last one, where it's not really required. As I said before, the last level will be the one where we save the most time on, and we only focus on time saves there, not on the score anymore. So we need 520 points. We overshot it by quite a little bit. Now we completed the bonus level. We have to get down from here to the next main level. So now new dishes introduced here. It's the same like rice, fish, cucumber, and rice, fish, cucumber, and these nori things. But this level introduces a new mechanic, which is the conveyor belts. Conveyor belts, if you just do nothing, they just take you to the end of the belt. And it makes it way more annoying to like go in the opposite direction of where conveyor belts are going. So it adds a little bit more tension to like if food is about to expire, or not expire, but if food is about to burn, then it can get a bit more complicated to like save the food. Also, it's way easier to like overshot things that you try to hit with the food. Like if you try to put food into the pot, it can be like this one here. It can be quite easy to miss that. Usually I just go with throwing it because it's way more convenient. Yeah, but this is basically the game now. We just have to visit every single level in the game. There's like also an 80% version of this run where we try to just reach the final level as fast as possible. And I just pushed the Overcooked away. So when we do any percent, instead we try to not open up the cabin levels because that takes a little bit of animation time. Okay, I don't have rice cooking, so I should get some going right now. Required points for this level is 340, we already got that. But the thing is, we are not entirely safe, even if we got the score already. This is because this game punishes you if you miss the orders. I can see on the orders on the top left, they also have like kind of a green bar over it, which is divided into 3 parts. And this is basically how the tip is being generated. Like, the faster you serve the food, the more tip you get. But if this thing expires completely, the order is not gone from the list. It's still there, but what it does when an order expires, maybe we'll see it in one of the later levels, because it can actually happen sometimes. Then, first of all, you will lose your entire tip bonus. It will go to tip 1 time again instead of 4. And also you get punished 30 points per missed order. So even if you got the score, you can still miss it if enough score is being subtracted. Okay, so now we get introduced to a kind of annoying mechanic here. So sometimes you need to, on the overworld, you need to step on these switches at the ground to make a certain like ramp appear or something like that, in order to reach the next level. Now we have a new dish here. This is pasta with tomato sauce. And again, because it's a new dish, you see the timer is frozen again, so I try to make the best effort to hand in the first dish as soon as possible. Of course you might, if you go for high scores instead, of course you can make use of that frozen timer as good as you can. You can't just try to prepare a lot of food without actually handing it in. The food does not go bad or anything if you leave it for too long. It just stays there forever, ready to be served, so that's not a problem. So if you just prepare a lot of food in some of the stages, you can go for insane scores, which we'll not see in the speedrun, obviously, but it's quite funny how high the scores can actually go if you prepare before the timer is being started. again, we just we don't want to take these pans off the cooking stations or the pots, because that slows us down. We have to spend more time putting them back on there. But sometimes, like, it's still better than letting the food burn, obviously. So if there's some food and I don't see an opportunity to save it in time, I will sometimes actually take the pots off the cooking stations. So different food has different amount of time that it needs to get finished. It's quite tricky to get used to that when you start playing or running this game. For example, it's also level dependent. Like, some food has different cooking times in different levels. In this one, I think the pasta and the sauce actually takes the same amount of time. At least for me it looks like it. So now I have to see if I can... Sometimes you can go in here and do stuff with 2 cooks at once, which speeds it up significantly. You can make use of that, for example, if you really need some dishes. You see, in this level you only have 2 plates to serve food on, so you have to be sure you pretty much clean them as soon as they come in here in order to have them ready. Now I wait for the level to be finished because I cannot make another. Dish in time. Now we're going into a very interesting level because this is quite a unique level. You don't see it another time that the level, like, with the only exception of the very final level. But this level will actually change at some point significantly, and yeah, you will see why. So first of all, this one introduces a new stage hazard, which is by far the most annoying one, which is random fire spawns. So just like now here, if you dash against fire, it kind of bounces you back, and you cannot get past these. You either have to extinguish them with a fire extinguisher or go around them. This level does not have a fire extinguisher at all, so you just have to deal with it and hope it doesn't get in your way too badly. Now you see the weather is kind of changing up. The sunshine is gone. Now we're riding right into a storm, which will change how the level is being played a little bit. Also, the music will now change to a little bit more dramatic. Also, part of the kitchen are now starting to move around in a fixed pattern. This is not random at all. But it makes things more difficult here. Also, if a cook is currently not in your control and is doing something like chopping ingredients, and then the board gets like move away from you, the cook will actually stop chopping it, the ingredients, so you have to reinitiate it yourself. Alright, and now we will actually crash down. But no panic. They will be fine. And now we are in a completely different kitchen. We just crashed into the second kitchen of this level. And now we are getting introduced to another, kind of mechanic here. So we are now done with the salads. We still have to do the orders that was there before the crash. We are not getting more salad orders now. Instead, we are getting sashimi, fish, cucumber, sushi stuff. And you see, all of these things are on these conveyor belts. And the food is getting transported from a spawning point here to the trash. So if you want to use this food, you have to be quick grabbing it from the conveyor belts before it's done for. I missed one of these salads. Do this real quick. But you can also, like you see here, you can put an empty plate on one of this, and it will pick it up automatically. I don't even need fish now. I need two cucumbers first. You see the two cucumbers are before the fish, so I'm just using it. I'm just handing them in before all other stuff. I think we can get 2 more. If I can grab one of those fish real quick and wash some of these up. Oh, the rice actually didn't go in here. But you can actually miss these throws, and this can be quite annoying. Especially if you're going for a high score. I think I stole this one. Get almost 1,000 points. Not quite. And that is the end of the first set of levels. Done with chapter 1, basically. And after each chapter, we have to go back to the castle. And then the king tells us something. We are not interested in that, so we immediately leave. Get to skip the entire dialogue here. The king is basically just congratulating us on making it through the first set of levels. And now we actually get introduced to the throwing mechanic. As you can see, these two cooks are completely a part of each other, and the chopping board's are only on the top, so we actually have to throw over the food from the bottom to the top in order from the second cook to chop them up. And then the lower cook can, the lower shark can cook it up here in the fryers and serve it. It's also a new type of food. This is now fried chicken and, I guess, French fries. Or fried potatoes, I think, is mostly gonna be French fries then. This is how it goes now. So we just throw these things over. These things can also land in the water, and then they are gone. So you have to be careful with that, especially if you throw over chopped food. That can waste a lot of time if you have to re-chop them again, because it takes so much time. Also, hello there, Mr. Notescribe, good friend of mine. I'll get the shoutouts later. After the run. Only if the run goes good, I'm allowed to give shoutouts. Alright, so... So I think we are already good on points. We need 220 here for 3 stars. I think I will actually wait for this one. This will give me a little more points here. Alright, cool. That's the introduction to the second chapter. Basically, it adds more and more mechanics you need to use to complete the levels. So again, has one of these annoying switches on the ground. There's one switch later which is really tricky to find in the first place. So this one introduces a new dish, but it's not a new basic dish. It's just pasta, not only with meat, but also with fish. Oh, sure, let's cook some pasta here. So the annoying thing about this level is that these platforms here will start to move, and they kind of block me off. Like right now, I just can't reach the pasta basket, which is really not favorable. Also, I cannot serve any food here, so if that happens, I really need to plan a little bit further ahead now. That's not a problem in this case, so again, we can just use our plate to collect everything here at once. And once I have the opportunity, I hand it in. And I try to like throw them into the pans directly. But you can also be unfortunate and throw them right into the trash here if you are unlucky. So better not do that, because that wastes a lot of time. Okay, now we have 3 more meats after we hand in this one, so I will ignore the fish for now, just do meat. I already have 1 meat here, so we can hand in both. Oh, and by the way, food does not really go now with this cook is stuck here, which is not good. The food does not go bad if you throw it onto the ground. Like, of course, this is a little bit unrealistic in this case, but it would kind of, I guess, spoil the fun of throwing things around if you have to perfectly hit everything on the counters. The food does never go bad, even if you throw it onto the ground. You can also pick it up and use it for dishes. Alright, I think we can do 1 more fish. Spaghetti frutti di mare, or whatever it is. Yeah, it's... Oh, I don't have pasta. Okay, the fish was not gonna... Oh, I can just do this. Oh, no, that was not right. Okay, this can happen sometimes if you don't pay attention. So now I have some kind of spoiled food. I cannot use this anymore. If I try to serve this... it will just kill my tip. That's not a problem, we already were fine. I should pay attention that this doesn't happen too often. Especially on the later levels where it can really ruin my score. So this is, I would say, is the first really hard level if you try to go for the 4-star score. For this one, this really has to go perfect. Nothing can ever go bad here if you want to get 4 stars in this level. What you need to do here is you have to move the food around with this thing that is moving on the bottom. And you only have a very limited time to do so. So while this is going now, I have to basically use this time to chop everything up here. I don't need it for 3 stars, like I don't need to panic or anything, but if you go for 4-star scores here, this one is very reset heavy. this is fine. I can still make these two, and then concentrate on this again. Throw everything over. Throw this over, just put it into the pan, let it cook. This is kind of close already here. I also have to make sure these there are empty plates here, otherwise I cannot hand the things over. I would need to hand over the pans and the pots, which is really inconvenient. Now I just... that's the wrong order. The wrong order of orders. Okay. Yeah, I think I will not make this in time for the 4-star score. I think it's already too late. Yeah, it's way too late. I think I can maybe put this onto it still. Yeah. I was able to do 1. But for the perfect score, you have to do 2 again. It doesn't get any easier on this from here on. I was still fine for the 3-star score, it's not a problem. Like 3 stars is only 260, but I think 4 stars is like 600 something. Again, we're not going for 4-star scores here because they are not unlocked yet. Yeah, obviously all we can do now is to just clean everything up. Doesn't give us any bonus points, but why not? Alright, next level introduces a new dish again. Oops. Which is burritos. So again, like last time, timer is frozen on 4 minutes and we have to hand in the first dish as soon as we can. And the meat is a bottleneck here. The meat takes the most time to get done. So we do it like this. This is pretty much the optimal way to do this. Now the timer is going. So this is burritos. They consist of like this burrito dough. Sorry, I cannot always, like, sometimes I just don't know how to spell or how to name these things in English, sorry. And then we have mushrooms, and so we never have 2 of them at the same time. I think the game won't even allow us to put both in the same burrito. So also, again, we have to wash the dish here. It's not a problem because we have 4 plates in this level, so it's not always necessary to do it, as long as you still have 1 to spare. So again, you have to take care of the order. The mushroom goes first, and then the meat. I always have to make double check on this, so I don't lose my tip bonus. Oops. Kind of disturbed my body here, chopping this big mushroom. Again, if you position yourself correctly, both cooks can chop at the same thing at the same time, and it halves the time you need to get it chopped. So this is really cool. I can actually combine this. So you don't have to put the food together in a specific order. Can I just take this plate and just put the meat on there? And then you put on the burrito and then the rice. It doesn't really matter. As long as it's all well composed in the end, it doesn't really matter at all. Yeah, this is true. This is true for every level where a new dish gets introduced, as I said earlier. So now we don't have any more plates. We have to do some washing here. So this is true for every single level where a new dish gets introduced, when the timer is frozen. If you go for high scores and not for a speed run, you can prepare a lot of things, and this is one of the levels where you can actually prepare tons of food before the timer starts, because you don't need a plate. Put the food on there. You can just put the burrito on the floor or on the desk here and leave the plates empty. So you can prepare pretty much hundreds of those. Like, that doesn't work with that much because the game has a limitation. But if the game didn't have a technical limitation of how much food it can like display on screen, you would have you could do hundreds of things beforehand. So now in the next Kevin level gets spawned, which we immediately go into. This is Kevin 3. Again, Kevin levels is when you, if you remember, this is always about steaming stuff. So here we just go ahead with this cook and yeah, try to go onto this thing, but it didn't work. Doesn't matter. As long as he keeps chopping these things up. So again, this fish, which I didn't hit here, this fish can be steamed immediately, but every other ingredient has to be mixed up first with this thing. Oh, that didn't work at all. Okay. So this thing is on a fixed timer. I can't control this at all. I can only hope that I catch the cycle. Okay, I bring the dirty plates up there. Oh, that almost burned because that also almost burned. Well, it's not going too well here, this level. I always struggle with this level because it's kind of tough to micromanage. Now I need some more meat here. It's kind of annoying to always wait for these elevators here to move. Oh, I like the plates again. Okay, I just take the last clean plate, get this done. Alright, so next one is meat again, then carrot, then fish. Oh, I need some more plates. I also need this. Alright, next is fish. This is the easiest one. It's a little bit dangerous to throw things from up here because it can actually land out of bounds. And that does not serve any purpose for us. So, also, why are these levels named Kevin levels? If you look at the left side, there is like the dog Kevin. His name is Kevin, and we are just serving all of his food for him for some reason. Because he is the overdog, like he is the dog of the Onion King, so a very special dog that we really need to serve all the food for. Like the entire restaurant is just for this dog. It's just really weird. So these are our bonus levels, so in 90% we wouldn't see any of those. Luckily I'm playing all stars, so I'm seeing every single level. Okay, I think we get this out before the timer expires. That's pretty cool. Yo, UP87 and Civil 17. Thank you for the good luck. Will I need good luck for this run? I basically only do not need... I need to not forget how certain things are being done, and I really don't want to forget the location of some of these switches later on, because it's sometimes... it happened in runs before that I just completely forgot where the things are. And I actually just had to search them. But I think I have enough runs now that I don't get confused with this anymore. And now this is basically burritos again, burritos with meat, or with pork, whatever it is, and with chicken. Again, we can just throw them directly into the pan if we aim ourselves correctly at it. Then we are just continuing this until the timer expires. So if you haven't played this game, I can only recommend it to you. It's like really big amounts of fun to play, especially together with others. It makes up for a very cool time, in my opinion. If you play this with like 4 cooks in the kitchen and try to communicate like who does what, who's responsible for which actions, it always gets out of hand at some point, but it's always kind of fun when it happens. So be careful a little bit here, because you can just throw stuff out of bounds. You cannot get it anymore. It's especially bad if it happens to like finished dishes, like a whole burrito or something. It would be very bad if this gets like thrown into the abyss here. Okay, I had a little bit of a bottleneck there with the rice. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Alright, so while finishing up 2-5 here, into 2-6, which again introduces a new type of dish, which is hamburgers, on a very weird stage. But again, the timer is frozen because it's a new dish, so try to get this cooked up. First we need to chop this as 2 cooks, this speeds up things considerably. And then we just let it cook now in the pan and pick it up as soon as we can with this bun here at the plates. So I think that was not too bad. So this is a little bit special here, this level. You can actually get locked out of this area if you don't put one of these cooks in here when this thing changes. And if that happens, obviously pretty bad, because it's not really something that can burn the kitchen, because you always have access to this from here. But you don't have access to these food baskets here, and you can get locked yourself out of this for like 20 seconds. You miss a lot of score opportunity. So we only have 2 dishes here, which is some regular hamburgers and cheeseburgers. The cheese obviously does not have to be cooked in the pan, it only gets topped onto the bun here, or in between the meat and the bun. But if there's no meat cooking, this is always priority number 1 to get it done, or to get it prepared. Now I don't have any use, so some more cheese, please. Cheese here. Oh. So you can throw stuff against other things. Some of the things you can throw over it, but some of them you can't. And the pans are one of those things you can't. It just gets blocked for some reason. So you have to be careful with that one if you really want to go fast with a dish. Don't throw it away accidentally. But sometimes it can be a little tricky to change the cooks, like you have to press a specific button to change the cooks, or the active current cook. Oh, almost got locked out of the other area there. I have to put this off real quick. Luckily, the second cook can also just wash the dish from here. Problem. Alright, so while it is on this cycle here, you can access both sides, like you can go around this. It's not a problem at all. But the other cycle you can't, so you have to just take this into consideration. Like the stage hazards are now getting more punishing. Like now, it would be bad, but the timer is at the end now anyways. And that's the end of the second world. Second zone. Now we have to get all the way back to the castle. Hopefully I don't get lost. This is still fine here. Again, we won't listen to anything that the king has to say. We will leave immediately and go into the third world, which is the world of magic. Some say it's the Harry Potter world, which I can only agree with, I guess. It's like you see all these kids in their magician things here. It's like, it really looks like Harry Potter. So we get introduced to the next dish, which is pizza. In this stage we only do normal pizzas, like with cheese and tomato. Again, our timer is frozen, so we try to get this first pizza done as soon as we can. And as it is in magic worlds, strange things will happen now. Like this, these chopping boards will like hover a little bit until they get to the new destination here. And we really want the first dish out before that happens, but that's usually not a problem. Confused a little bit, okay. It's also a cool thing, like in Overcooked 1 there were also pizzas, but you were not able to put the pizzas directly onto the plate while holding the plate. You had to get the pizzas out of the oven with your hands and then put it onto the plate. This does not look like much time loss, but it really is annoying if you want to go fast. It just basically adds an extra step. So this is way faster here. You can just put it directly out of the... you have to wait a little bit here until I surface. Because again, you can get kind of soft locked here on one side. If both cooks are like trapped in this area, for example, there's really not much you can do but chopping cheese and dough, which does not really do much. Yeah, we'll get these plates real quick. As you can see, not much variety in the stage in terms of dishes. We only have the very basic pizza. This will get expanded in later levels. Like we not only get new dishes introduced, we also get existing dishes expanded. Same for the burgers. So we just saw regular hamburgers and cheeseburgers, but in later levels we will also get hamburgers with salad, with tomatoes, with cheese on it. So it gets more complicated to also do the to not put the wrong things on the burgers, because if you put one thing on a burger, you can't put it off the burger anymore. So have to deal with it. Okay, actually with this one. Yeah, I don't think I get another one served, so. Oh, will we? I think it's 10 seconds for this to cook, so. Nah, it won't happen. Sad. Okay, but not a problem. And now we're heading on to 3-2. Also, we get a Kevin level spawned here. We won't take it now, because it's actually faster to take it on our way back to the castle after we have done we are done with this segment here. So this level introduces something new. This level introduces a new stage hazard, which is these staircases here. The staircases will disappear at some point and reappear somewhere else, which is also based on the fixed timer. Right now you see them crumble. Now it's gone and it appears on the other side, which is great for us because now we can actually use that to our advantage to have a shortcut to the serving desk where we hand in our food. But in order to go to the chopping boards now, we have to take these teleporters here, which is not that convenient anymore. Now this staircase changed again. They just change back and forth here. Again, we just take the orders in the correct order. Now you see burgers with salad and other stuff on it. So I think in this level it's only salad and cheese, and in the later levels there will also be tomatoes. Which can at least, like, in terms of the color, it sometimes get confused with the meat. Now we have 2 salads, cheeseburgers. So what I have not done yet is falling down. We'll probably see it at some point. The very latest point will be stage 6-5. That's probably before that that it will happen. If it happens, the game will probably lag for 2 seconds. This is something I have no idea why it happens, but it happens only the first time you fall down. The game just lags for a couple of seconds. I think we will get 3 more dishes done. Or will I? Probably only 2. Especially if the staircases are not synced here. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not work here. Oh, let it go. Okay. I could have served this one, but I was a little bit too slow here. Alright, 3-3. See, it's another, like, water level. Oh no, it's not a water level. Forget about what I just said, it's another level on the other side. Yeah, this entire section is basically almost only about pizzas. I don't know why they're only eating pizzas at Hogwarts. So this is another level where you can easily get screwed. If both cooks are trapped on the same side, you always have to make sure this doesn't happen. So next, these things will not lock us vertically, they will lock us horizontally. And I have to make sure one of them is on the bottom, one of them is on the top. Also, my pizza is about to burn, which is not good. And now one cook is like trapped on the bottom side, so he cannot really chop anything because the chopping boards are on the top. But he can at least cook these things up, put them in the oven. He can also wash the plates up. I have to make sure one of them is on the left and one of them is on the right. Now we can both chop these things again. There's no real reason to put them on the plate there, to be honest. But I can do that. It's just not necessary. Now we have a little variation here. We don't have only cheese pizzas anymore. We also have salami pizzas, which have both cheese and salami. Have to be a little bit more careful now in which order you serve these things. Do not get your tip ruined. And into the oven, and now we already have dough, so it's always fun to micromanage these things, of what ingredient to grab or whatever to make it the most efficient way. Alright, now I will get locked vertically again. So put that out, just clean a few dishes, a few plates. So I put this thing somewhere else because the spot where this pizza was standing on will get blocked now. Oh, it needs a plate. Oh no, it needs to be cooked first. My bad. What do you mean nobody wants to eat raw dough pizza? This is heresy. Okay. Alright, very cool. This is upcoming 3-4. Which is, you won't believe it, but it's actually burgers, not pizzas. Also, as you can see, it's now it has now an additional ingredient, which is the tomato. Oh, I've completely forgot to throw over buns. This is not good. Alright, so now we put over some more of these later. And you see, we have to take these teleporters again. This time there's no way around them. Because we actually cannot just jump over these fences here. So far we are on a decent pace, I would say. Maybe I'm like a couple seconds behind my PB. But this is really all about this game. As long as you don't screw up big time, you're always gonna be in some kind of range. And with screwing up big time, I really mean like missing the score completely in a level and having to redo it. Alright, so I take this. I have to wash plates again. Next one is a basic burger, so I will just use one of these plates here. So this thing is actually finished. Right, score requirement for this level is 300, which we have with this burger. So always, every time I go through these teleporters, I try to take something with me to reduce the amount of times I have to go through them. Just wanna throw in the wrong direction. So I just landed out of bounds. I need this. I also need to take this out first. Alright, what do I need? I need some more cheese. I need some more salads, and I think then we're good to go. Oh, I forgot to take a plate with me. It's exactly what I mean. Yeah, if you miss that, you can get kind of screwed over with the orders. Okay, we take one more dish out. Or can we even do one more if I take this plate? Nah, I think it's too late. I was close. Right, so 3-5 is now really another water level, and this is quite a tough one. It's easy to fall into the water here. So when this level starts up, the two rafts are separated from each other. You cannot cross here. But they will move now in a way that it allows us to cross over. This has to happen because otherwise there would be no way of bringing over the plates, because again, as a reminder, you cannot throw plates around. You can only throw raw ingredients. This is usually the first level where I fall into the water at some point. Let's see if it happens or not. Yeah, sure, anytime. Yeah, thank you very much for donating for the characters. It's very cool to see. Cool to see the love for the sharks. Okay, now we... Oh. As you can see, if you throw ingredients right back at the other cook, he can actually catch it with his hands. But you can also, of course, throw the ingredients at the cook while he is chopping something or anything like that, and then you can actually distract him or disturb him. And he just stops chopping. Uh-oh. Now they're separated again, so... If I didn't cross over there quickly, it's burned 100%. And I'm a little bit tilted here because I cannot get to the sink to wash the plates. And I just have to wait a little bit until that process is over here. Alright, so... Yeah, we are good on the score. We only need 240. But again, the 4-star score is pretty heavy on this level. Okay, this will not take us anywhere. It's the wrong dish, or whatever. Okay, I think we still make it with this one. So we can throw dirty plates in the water, as you saw. But that does not actually clean them. It will just respawn dirty again. So if you're looking for a shortcut to wash these, this is not the way. So this is again one of these transforming levels that change after a while. I completely missed to throw these burritos on here. This thing is going back and forth here, so... Gonna have to wait for this anyways. I can only place them here, like this. That did not hit at all. Oh. Well, that was not the thing I wanted to grab. Oh no. Okay. You can see now the stage is like a little bit crumbling again, and until it again reforges into something new. It's not something completely new, but how the level is played after it changes is actually much easier than this. I think we can get one more meat on the go here. Oops, ah, I fell into the water there. That was not intentional. I just accidentally selected the wrong cook and then moved up. So now this thing will actually not move back and forth anymore, like you saw. It's just way easier to get the ingredients now. It will still move like this. And if I move at the wrong time, I can get screwed over still, but not a big deal. It's still much easier to get the it's going now. Oh, and I forgot to put this thing on the stove. Chicken next, so my rice is burning here. Okay. Now my meat is burning. Cool. Everything is burning. We didn't have a fire in the kitchen yet. Let's hope that we keep it this way. That is not fun times. I think we can get both of these on the go. The cool thing about this level is you don't have to wash dishes. So you can get faster than usual on preparing these dishes. Alright, over 1,000. Nice. All-Stars would be around about 6.5 to 640, I believe. Alright, so now, if I didn't get stuck here, now we take the Cabin 4 level, which we spawned earlier, but actually more convenient for us to do it now. The first two dishes, I didn't even go over this, but the dishes are random in how they spawn. However, the first few dishes, in this case the first two, are not random. It will always be double fish. And this stage introduces this fire again, and this fire can be really annoying. So right here it just blocks this steamer, and this blocks the basket that I need. So in this level you really have to use the fire extinguisher. There's just no way around it. Alright. Now I get the shrimps. Next shrimp is here. Get the... I need the meat first. Okay, we get both of them in. Now I get this out. Yeah, this is a little bit more stressful, this level. Like, it can get really out of hand. If your path is perfectly blocked by a fire and there's no fire extinguisher nearby, you can get into panic mode real quick. It's a bit annoying to get through this narrow spot here, but it's possible. Okay, I quickly take this fish out before the fire spawns near it. We're doing well with this level so far, but can always crumble at some point. Yeah, right now I don't have any plates left, so I just need to take this out now. Forgot to... I can just put it back now. Fix it real quick. I also should take care of this plate at some point. Just make extinguishes fire immediately, so the other cook can put the food out of there. Can we do one more? I don't know. Probably not, because these steamers take a ton of time. Didn't want to catch that, but okay. Yeah, this won't happen here. These things just take way too long. It's basically doubling up the cooking time for each dish. Having it mixed up first and then goes into steamer. Alright, now we're done with the third hub world. And we open up the fourth one. As soon as we can. Spawn in 4-1, which is not introducing a new dish for a change. We're going back to sushi, I believe, here. Yeah. So this introduces a new stage hazard instead, which is cars. So you see these traffic lights, they are on red now, but once they change to green, cars will spawn on both sides and they will actually run us over. If we are not careful enough, like now. And if they do, we don't die or anything, but we die for 5 seconds and respawn then. Same if we would fall down a pit. Also, I need as much fish as I can possibly catch here, because shrimps are very rare order on this level. Okay, just take it here. And the next fish. Okay. There it goes. And actually it takes the dish with me, so the dish is also gone. So that's a real bad thing that can happen. I think we won't have any trouble reaching the score, but yeah, for high score 10 would definitely be a reset. Now these cars are especially annoying because it's very hard to tell when they will exactly spawn. Sometimes they spawn when the traffic lights are like yellow. Sometimes they take like an additional 2 seconds after the screen, like now. It's really hard to tell for some reason. The ingredients are kind of split here. We have the cucumber right here, but the fish and the shrimps are all on this side and they go into the trash again. And there's also random pedestrians on the street which will push me out of the way, which is also not nice. Maybe we can get at least one shrimp done here. It doesn't look like it. I think it will be done after this one. Oh, what am I missing? Oh, I'm missing this. I got it in. Yeah, when Kevin and the Onion King are like dancing like that, it means that I got the 3 stars. If I do any other animation, it's really bad because it means I have to redo the level. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Okay. Whoa, that was a perfect throw into the garbage, my friend. So then we have different types of orders. We have regular salad, which is really easy to make because you can just throw it around. Then we also have these fried things again, like French fries and the fried chicken. This is a little bit more annoying than the salad because we cannot toss these things when they are fried, so I only toss it when it's raw, so both cooks have the chance to simultaneously chop them. But once they are cooked up, and also, like you see, these things are moving in a fixed circles again, so only if these things close on each other, we have the chance to swap dishes with food on it or add dirty dishes. So as long as I have the opportunity, I will hand over as many things as I can. So it would have been ideal if I also handed over the dirty plates. So I have to do it now. I still have one plate there, so it's not still a tragedy. Hand over this, take this, and serve it. Oh, it's not chopped yet. Okay. I will do this. So this thing is now here, and we can just toss him over the tomato, so he can finish this by himself. And this we can only hand over with the plate again, so to give him something else to chop. This is kind of a tricky level to micromanage correctly. Alright, so next dish is here. And now it's 2 salads. This cannot go over yet. I think I won't have the time. But I can already chop the salads while this thing is moving. Okay, now I really need some plates. I have to wait for this to close. Once it gets highlighted, it means I can do it. I need to wash them up really quickly because I need basically all of them now. I need this, I need this, I need 2 empty ones too. Can't do it, okay. Okay, we got all 4 of them, this is good. Alright. The levels get trickier now, as you see. We are now in the cursed swamp, I believe. Which means a lot of dirty swamp water we can fall into. This level is one of my least favorite ones. Because it's kind of nerve-wracking to micromanage this correctly again. This is... it's just not my favorite. So you can't throw these into the pans, but to take them out of the pans again, one of the cooks actually has to be here. this guy goes over, just serves them now. As you can see, the direction of the conveyor belts also change at some point. So now I have to take this conveyor belt to get over here. So this is definitely not ideal what I'm doing here, but I had way too many accidents in practice. Oops, like this. You should really not dash on these things. It's not gonna go well. I really don't want to one of these things get burnt. Oh, nice. Yeah, this level is kind of weird. Let's actually go over with both again, so we have double chopping power. Alright. I think I screwed this level up one time where it went so bad that I didn't get the 3-star score. That was kind of embarrassing. Yeah, I think the kitchen caught on like fire on two times. But we should already be in the safe zone here. Maybe I get another one, I'm not sure. Make it. Well, certainly not like that. Ah, it's too tough. Maybe if I do this. I think this might still work. Yeah, okay. So delivering the last one out of order does not do anything to the tip. Doesn't give you any punishment or something. Next Kevin level, but we will wait with that one until we again go the way back to the castle. So that level introduces the wind mechanics. So there's these gusts, which also change directions at some point, multiple times during this level. And these can get really annoying. Because you have to like dash multiple times to make it through it. Well, the level's not incredibly hard, but it's very easy again to fall into the water here. Especially if you fall into the water while holding a finished dish. That is really punishing. Okay, now I need some plates next. Pretty much as soon as we can. Close. So you can throw stuff into the fryers, but they also get affected by the wind pretty significantly. So the wind can actually redirect them right into the swamp water, where they will get unusable. So nobody likes to eat the stuff while being drenched in swamp water, which I can kind of understand. I just fell into the water, but luckily the dish was saved, which is way more important than the cooks, obviously. Can sometimes happen if you get pushed into the water very slowly. And the cook is like fall into the water, but he's still like saying, "Yeah, save this dish, my friend." Then we're saving the dish. I think we have more enough time. Oh. That was not the best throw of my life in this game. I think I was too late anyways, so no hard feelings. Cooks can draw in as long as the food is safe, exactly. Alright, 4-5. This is... This level is a little boring, I would say. This level is more enthusiastic or engaging if you are not solo. But if you're solo, this level is just kind of annoying, kind of boring. Because most of the time you just see the cook like chopping until his fingers get wounded. Also we have to like press these switches now. This is the next mechanic. So these change the directions of certain parts of the conveyor belt. And the only bottleneck here really is the plates. We only have 2 plates. And the only way to swap them is like using this conveyor belt, which is really slow. And also we have to constantly change the directions with these buttons. And in the downtimes, all we can do is chop these things up. And then we also have to give the plates back, like this. And this is all very slow, so... Why do I throw over this? This has no purpose. I only need chopped stuff. Time you can chop these things up, and when both plates are here, I give them to the second cook here so he can wash them up. Press the button again, so it's on blue, the blue cycle. And then hand it in, and we chop more stuff. Can prepare this already. I can say a nice little curse words to our other cook to make him cook chop faster, and that would actually be funny if that was the case. But that's not a mechanic in this game. Like, could be a cool feature though. Could just yell at them, just go faster, man. And he actually goes faster. Okay, fish and then fish and cucumber. Oh, didn't want to place it on there. Again, we have 2 chopping boards, but they are all on the lower side, so the other cook cannot do anything. I don't know if I can do another one here. Let's see. Maybe we can still do it with this fish. Yeah, we can. Easy peasy. Okay. Now the next Kevin level spawns here, which we take immediately. This is Kevin 6, a level with tons of conveyor belts, which go very fast. It's kind of hard to navigate those the direction that you want. This was just a wild guess if the next one was a carrot. But it was correct, so... Okay, that thing will be floating there for a while. Oh, now it's in the sink. Okay. It's fine with me. Oh, I can't even put it on there. Alright, he's kind of stuck here, which is fine. It's kind of annoying for high score attempts because there is quite a bit RNG involved here. So at some point you just have to go with a wild guess, and if you guess wrong you have to restart the level. If you go for high scores. Okay, next one is meat. So we'll get this ready. Oh no, I need plate fast. Oh wait, I need a carrot first before the meat. Ah, that was a slight mistake there. That's not a problem. Can delay the serving of the dish for a bit. I'll just put it out there and just don't care until this one is served. Next one is actually just fish. We'll chop that right now. We handle this one, then this one, prep this one, and this one at the same time. I have carrot again, which is in a completely different spot than the other ingredients. And plates again, so if you go into a very good rhythm here, you see how the score can be maximized. So now meat again. So maybe I can get this meat out still. I think we can. Ah, really close. Ah, this takes too long, damn. I think it takes like 12 seconds or something to get steamed. Alright, now final level of the 4th half here. It's 4-6. This one again plays one of these Mayans. And these desks here with the things, they actually disappear and reappear on the other side. Let's need some more rice at some point. Okay. So now they start moving. And basically they just switch sides. And also there is of course our old friend, the fire. Spawns like random fires everywhere. Our chopping boards will move now to the other side. But it's all good so far. Yeah. We can help him finish this. Oh yeah. That's close. I have no plate. I also have no tortillas. Okay. This is kind of blocked now with the fire. Yeah, this is just random positioning of the fire. Okay, I'll just wait here. There we go. Should grab this one first. No raw chickens today. Damn it. I'm making weird mistakes now here. Okay, first comes the chicken, and then comes not this one. Got him. Oops. I'm not playing this level very well right now. But I think we will be fine anyways. Can we even make this dish in time? That was not a well-played level by me, but luckily we don't have to play perfectly to get the 3 stars. So now we go on our way back and take this Kevin level real quick. Kevin 5. Which in my opinion is the worst, most annoying Kevin level because it combines 2 of the worst mechanics in this game. The cars that run you over and the wind that is blowing you around. This is really not fun. That's close. Right, first dishes are ready to go. Like, who builds a kitchen like that? It's kind of weird. Oh, that was close again. Ouch. Okay. Only places appear, like these things are still fine. I have to pick them up again. Only plates with food will disappear. Okay, this meat is run over. This meat has been run over. Oh, now both are dead. This is great. Again, you have almost no reaction time when these cars appear. This time you don't even have the. This time you don't even have the traffic lights anymore. But at least kind of an indication when they appear. Put it in there, please. God damn it. Okay, this time it just disappeared anyways. Huh. Maybe it's dependent then on where these things drop. Maybe if there's no space, they just disappear. That's fine, score-wise we are totally fine here. I will get these 2 dishes out and then we are completely good. Alright. So yeah, now you see why this level is not one of my favorites. For sure. Alright, so that is the end of the 4th branch. Back to the castle again. Go back out. And now the 5th hub will spawn. Beginning with a level that is, again, very weird to play for one player because we have two cooks, but each of the cook is stuck on one side. So while the first cook is chopping, the other one has to prepare rice. The other cook also has to prepare the meat. It has to be chopped before it goes over here. So now we can serve the first two and prepare the second meat. And while he's going over, he has to wash the dishes already. Now I can throw these things into the pans. We can start chopping the cucumber and the fish. He also has to prepare rice and prepare these things. The hamburgers can be put on the desk here. Put the meat out with the bun, which is very convenient. But now I have to actually put the pot on here because I don't have plates available, and we use these plates to instantly serve this and instantly serve this. Now I will wash one of those, so I have this prepared here. And now you can go. More of this. First one this actually. Alright. More of this. I can just serve this real quick. Right, some cucumber again, and then finish up chopping the meat. There it is. Sometimes it can get tricky, like you see when there are things laying on the desk. Sometimes they have like these indicator icons that tell you what it is, but sometimes they kind of overlap and it's hard to see which is what. But this is something that you can get used to. Okay, I need this real quick. Doesn't work too well, okay. Guess we just finish up, we finish up this hamburger and... yeah, we try to finish up the whole thing if we can. If not, we just take the cucumber. That should be fine, I guess. Let's pick up the full dish here. I can go for a swim too, because why not? Yeah, we're a shark after all, we belong in the water. Alright, 5-2. It's again one of these airborne levels. And this one is again pretty weird because it has lots of fire in it, which is not random for once. These are all fixated patterns in which the fire spawns. I will definitely make use of the fire extinguisher here. there it comes. Yeah, we can still go around this, but not for long. So now the path is completely blocked there. So we need some room. Getting something to shop real quick. Okay, next cheeseburger goes out. Now we have a burger with lots of vegetables on it. Oh, that's not good. Completely trapped. It's only bad if we trap both of the cooks at the same time and nobody can reach a fire extinguisher. This would actually be very bad. Alright, another one of those. Oops, not there, please. A little bit of room here. Oh, that was not good. Okay. Not a big deal though. Oh, didn't want to pick up the plate, I wanted to pick up the tomato. I wanted to pick up the salad and not the bun, please. Now this path is completely blocked. Can't go through there. This is the wrong dish. What the hell? I needed one with cheese. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like it's gonna be now quite confusing with the orders. They look pretty similar. And now we have to hope this dish disappears. Oh, it's fine, we have to score already. Yeah, just hand it in. Oh, if I can make it through the fire. Oh no, I can't. I can't reach the fire extinguisher. Okay, it's fine. We just chill a few seconds then. Alright, let's go with 5-3. I think this is the minecart thing again, which is... yeah. So this one, we have to move the entire platform where we can navigate on our own. And I have to reach all the different things, chopping boards and pans and all the good stuff. We have to move it all on our own. Go up. I just guessed on the mushroom, it was the wrong one. Okay, so the fastest thing would now be to throw them into the pans, and while they are cooking up, I'm just preparing the rice. Yeah, I also forgot about these ones. Now we have quite the chaos here on this thing. It's still on the plate. This is the first one. Second, and this is not done yet. Please, okay. I took it off a little bit too early there. Okay. First we wash up the plates. Okay, I need 2 mushrooms. We already have one there, so... chopping up the things again, and we put them into the pans, and while they're cooking in the pans. Prepare the rice again. Right. I think this is one of the levels where you can easily miss your score if you do a big mistake, like falling off the thing with the complete dish. This would be disastrous. But it didn't happen, so we are good. We don't really have much more time here. I think I will just try to finish one by throwing it over here. We'll get this out. Quite a messy level, especially if you are 4 people playing it. In multiplayer, it's quite the fun. Alright, so now we have 5-4, which actually introduces a completely new dish, so frozen timer again. So here we have to combine things to make pancakes. First we have to mix them together, ingredients, then put them into the pan. Let it cook up. Now time is going. And also the staircases have completely disappeared and have been replaced by these awful moving teleportals. So we have to have the correct timing if you want to appear on the side we want to. That was too early. Oh, that's kind of strange. You kind of appeared on the wrong side there. Which can happen if you perfectly go through this portal when it disappears. Because before it disappears, first it will turn around. Okay, they're gone again, so I have to take these. Okay, this needs more chocolate. Two different types of pancakes, just regular ones and then chocolate. So you have to be very careful with throwing around ingredients here, because now stuff can actually end up in the wrong mixer. And as soon as there are like two eggs or something in the same mixer, the thing is just doomed and you have to throw it in the trash. Okay, first we need a chocolate one. Another chocolate one. Yeah. I did things in the wrong order again, but it's not that punishing here. Quiet score is quite low. I think we go up to like 900 something. You hate the stage. Yeah, we need 280 points, so this is really lenient. Now we will see these pancakes return very soon. Oh, was in the wrong spot there. I think you hate this stage more, UP. This stage is quite the nightmare. Because you have to manually put these platforms on the correct spots. And you control the platform on the other side, not even your own one. I can only wait until this guy's finished chopping. Then we put these things so we can hand the things to each other. He has the pasta, we have the toppings for the pasta. And now that we're done, we put them back where they were before. And we need all three again. Shroom, tomato, and meat. And now we also have to wash the plates. We have plenty of time to do that, so it's not going to be a problem. Plates here, and then start cooking pasta again. These things. This is a bit tricky to not fall off here. Okay. Got it. I think we can do 3 more. Now we have 2 shrooms. Oh, 1 shroom fell into the abyss. Because I didn't throw them accurate enough. Okay, I'm entering for meat. Alright, let's go for the final 3 of this level. We can make it easily, I believe. Oh. That one was about to burn. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So the optimal level would actually be able to finish another set of these. That's how crazy you can micromanage this. But for our purpose here, it's more than enough. Now we have 5-6, which we'll do before the cavern level. And this one is quite a weird stage. It's one of those transforming ones. It's good that they transform because these platforms are not cool. They make no kind of logical sense, and you sometimes just fall straight through them. So they want to make you like balance on this, which is a nightmare. I just tried to, yeah. Ah, so much for the pasta. These things are not good, not well designed here, in my opinion. Okay, I cannot even get one single pasta over there. This is not fine. I can try again. Let's try it one more time. Nope. Ah, oh, we got it. The other one will burn now. Okay, we saved it. So now the level has actually transformed into something better. I can just walk over this trippy vortex. Okay, I need a second here to reorganize myself. So we have meat, plates. This introduces us to the space levels, which have like, you can see with your own eyes, it's kind of weird side effects to them. Don't go away, shroom, please. Okay. One transformation is not enough, so the level will now transform again. Like this. And now we're again in a completely different kitchen. Alright. Can we finish it up here? The last round about 2 minutes. Pretty much forcing us to cook the rice over there and everything else on the other side. We can still get the tomato and the mushroom out. The fish will not work though. Alright, cool. That concludes the 5th chapter of 6. But still we have one more Kevin level to go. Right above us. In this section. This one is quite a bit easier than the other ones, even though it's Kevin 7, which is almost the last one. This one is a little tough to micromanage because there's only this one little small opening there, the small desk where we can hand stuff over. Usually it's not a problem. Alright, so now we have to constantly shift over these things, depending on where they currently are. We also have to swap over dirty dishes here. I grabbed the wrong one. That's not good. It's very important to put these things back to where they belong. Otherwise we get really confused. Okay, I put this off just for safety reasons. Actually, eat the meat first. Yeah, there has to... Like, a lot of stuff has to go wrong here, so it can mess the entire level up. Like, it's not happening. That's the wrong dish. Because I already have the meat, I need the fish now. I think we can still use that meat. That was the wrong one again. That doesn't matter. Just try to get it out. There we get all these out easily. That's fine, it's an okay score. Right, next is Kevin 2, and Kevin 2 is... I think we haven't even seen the stage yet. First we will actually visit the king to make the next stage, main stage appear. And then on our way to activate the lever or the switch for the first stage to even be enterable. Like, Kevin level is right here, so you just take it on the way. Kevin 2. Again, like all the other Kevin levels, I start with 2 fish. This is not random. The next ones are random though. So I can only take a guess with this carrot. That was correct guess. Next guess, shrimp, maybe? Maybe not. So there are these workers here which constantly move these things around. Okay, that was not the correct guess this time, it was meat. Where's the... Okay, the next one was shrimp. Right, this one, fish is next. Oh, we need some very urgent dishwashing here. For some reason in this level the throwing of the ingredients has not worked too well. I can't really tell why that is. There's really nothing in the way. I guess they had some kind of invisible wall there. enemies because these things are pushed around and have different hitboxes. Other than that, this level is like not that hard. Constant annoyance with this pushing around of the things, but you get used to that. I think we get these next two out and then call it a day for this level. I'm gonna push around our body a little bit here. Alright, so time for 6-1, which introduces the last dish, the last new dish, which is cakes. The first cake will always be a honey cake. So first thing we're gonna do is chop off this honey, then get over the other ingredients that we need. Start preparing the second one after this, but we really need this one fast because again the timer is frozen. So these work a little bit differently. You have to take the entire mixer and put it into the oven. Alright, that's the first dish done, so timer is now going. We have many different types of cakes. We have just honey cakes, we have honey cakes with chocolate, and we have honey cakes with carrots. And we always have to take the entire mixer and put it into the oven there. It's not a way. These, just put it on the conveyor belt here for easier access. And this is fire going around here. It always switches between the upper and the lower part of the stage. This. And later, in later stages, we actually have a mixed stash of dishes with pancakes and regular cakes. And that sometimes can get tricky to distinguish which goes where. Because you can actually put pancakes in the oven, but it kind of ruins the dish. Oh, I trapped my cook there with the fire. Carrot. A carrot pie. And then a chocolate honey cake. Oh. Another chocolate. Alright, now a final stretch for this level. Yeah, I don't think we can finish up another one. I got over 1,000 points, it's not too bad. I don't know if that's the 4-star score though. I don't have all of them memorized. Oh, 6-2, yes. Okay, this switch is a little bit weirdly hidden here. So this is not intended here that you can go over this, but it's possible. And this stage is actually hell. They have these platforms which are only there half the time. Okay, we actually got everything over there. This is the latest point where you have to go into the water. There's just no way around it. And again, this is the level that can go horribly wrong. Hopefully that's not gonna happen. It's very easy to fall into the water with like plates full of finished dishes. So. All right. I'll do this one at a time. Very careful here, not fall into water. I'll just take my time here, won't rush or anything. Now it's the honey from up there, and now this is already the first level that gets mixed up. Actually, there's the entire thing with me here. The entire pan. Let's just throw it into the water. If you throw stuff into the water, it will actually respawn, like at the original spot. See, we have a raid there. Thank you for the raid. Much appreciate that. So this is actually now the first time it gets mixed up here. This is not a pancake, but a regular cake that goes into the oven. You can see the little icons up there on the orders. which one goes into the pan and which one goes into the oven, but you can still get it confused sometimes. Okay, let's get this over. So we can get this chocolate done now. I think that will be the last one for this level. Yeah, we'll get this out, but that will be the last one. No more time left. Thank God this level is bad. Okay, 500 points, not too bad. I think the 4-star score is 600, so if I went for a 4-star category here, I would have to redo the stage now. Alright, time for 6-3. We are approaching the final stretch now. So this level I call Food Waste Deluxe. Everything here goes into the trash unless you push the buttons. Including these eggs, including these cake things, these honeys. Constantly push these switches. I cannot see the plates sometimes because they are blended with the background badly. Or with the desk color. Okay, we need more honey. And chocolate. Again, be very careful. Everything that has honey in it has to go into the oven. Everything else into the pan. It's actually very easy to confuse this in the heat of the orders. Now we need a full cake with honey and chocolate. And now just honey. Alright, so this again in the pan. Now just a regular pancake without any toppings. Oh no. What to throw it into there? Okay, I won't get this one out. There's not much time left. But 900 points, not too shabby. Alright, 3 more regular levels, 1 more Kevin level. And then we're done. Alright, 6-4 is again very weird level, but if you know the level and know what's happening with the orders, it's fine. Needs one salami and I think these. So here you have to like change these ingredient things around. Wait, I made a mistake already. That's okay. I need to take these out first, like 3 of them. Then okay. I need to do this with this one as well. Start with pizzas, but now you can see there's burgers coming in. The orders. Every single pizza needs cheese, and every single one needs dough and tomato. Tomatoes. Now chopping up the meat. Take care of the correct order of the correct order of the orders. I can take them out instantly with these buns when they're done. Good. The bottleneck really is the plates again. We only have 2. Okay, it's some more salad for the second one. What? Okay, relax, restart. Sometimes you get confused when you're controlling the wrong cook all of a sudden that you don't expect. Just let go for all buttons for a second and everything goes well again. Okay, now we should need the dough again. Salami. I think we can get this next pizza out. The pizza cooks pretty fast, I think. It might be possible to get this one out. Yo, that one new Tega player. These levels are kind of fun. I agree. I love these airborne levels, airship levels. Okay, time for the 8th and final Kevin level, and it's again the most crazy one. This is again food waste 2.0. Everything goes into the trash again unless you save it. Like this fish. I just save everything I can, which is not much. Oh, just okay. This is already kind of messed up here. I cannot fit these in here. So handing over the plates now is pretty dangerous because you have to put them on these conveyor belts. There's no other way. And if you miss to grab it, it goes into the trash. So you really have to take your time grabbing these things appropriately before they are gone forever. After that, like the empty things, the empty mixers, stuff like that, you can let go into the trash. They just respawn after a few seconds. I should have saved that fish. Oh, I need some plates. Oh god, gotta hurry here. I need this meat. This is for later. Okay. It's kinda messed up now. I need this. Another meat is next. Carrot. Carrot, another else. Yeah, I think we're good on scores. 100% sure though. Oh no, the carrot went the wrong way. Ah, we will score. Can we get this out? I think we can. We will be close. Oh no, the fish is in the way. That fish ruined it. Okay, very good. So 6-5, another level that is just strangely weird in multiple ways. Now you can see there are sections of the kitchen which are underwater and they only emerge if the game feels like it. So I have to be really careful with my timing here. I have enough time for this to finish cooking. Barely. Alright, now it's time for him to throw the ingredients to the other side. I just grab 2 meats now and don't even throw it over because I just wait until chopping boards appear on this side again. Ah, come on up here already. Right. Okay, just take over to the bun. Now I need to hand over some empty plates here. Salad and this one, please. Okay, this plate will go a full circle, I don't care. Cheeseburger with salads, plates. God. No, that's not too bad. Can we make this? Yeah, I think we can. Area save now. We need 300 points for this. Over it, so it's fine. I can't get another one done. Alright, approaching the grand finale. So this level is by far the longest. It takes about 9 minutes to finish, if it goes well. I think it has a timer of like 25 minutes, so I can save a ton of time on this level. Goes well. So let's see. Time is when I hand in the last dish, but I will tell you. Oh, sorry, not good. Should have skipped this cutscene before. So I have a very specific set of movements that I developed for this. Like this, just for everything we need for the first phase. So this level throws everything at you that you'll have done. So it makes up for a really challenging and cool feeling final level. Oh, I did one salad too much? Okay. Whoops. Yeah, I need the salads. That was already a mistake, but it's not too bad. Only a couple of seconds. Now with this, now with this. So here I have to constantly open this gate to have access to the service counter and the dirty plates. I did dish one at a time, and one of the cooks is only there to finish up another plate, as we only have 2 plates here, which is not much. Now to the third phase, which is pasta and frying stuff. Usually I have to go with the fish first, because that takes the longest time to prepare. Okay, take this off the thing for now. I don't care anymore about the ordering of stuff, because I cannot fail the final level because of scoring. Okay, one of those. And the fire extinguisher really quick. Close before my eyes. I also need this one. Okay, now burgers. Yeah, this thing is in a bad spot now. Okay, so the first burger is just cheeseburger. Then we have cheese and salads. Alright, now we have the first half done. And now this kitchen will just crumble apart. And by saving this plate, this is actually part of the strat here, we have one more plate available. So now I just have to remember this very specific movement that I don't mess it up. first one is just 2 burritos. Can't really prepare anything in between. Now we throw in the meat for some steamed stuff. Then we need 1 salami, 2 cheese, 2 doughs, and 2 tomatoes. Throw this all over to him. We throw all of this stuff in here so we can prepare it here. In the meantime, he's preparing the 2 pizzas, while he is finishing, the other one is finishing up 2 steamed dishes. We can already cook the first pizza. And we help him out a little bit now with the second cook because he's now has nothing to do anymore. And out it goes. Oh, no plates. Oops. Oh, that was a what? That was the wrong pizza for some reason. I don't know what happened there exactly. But some crucial part was missing. It consisted of 4 things though, I don't know what was wrong. Or maybe I put meat on it. Instead of this. Instead of cheese. That's a bummer. Have to do this again. Still not too bad though. Oh, did I not cook the pizza? Well, that would be amazing. Trying to sell off raw pizza dough. Okay, now we have 4 cakes. These are the last 4 dishes. After that, it is time. So now I need these things. I prepared them here because it's a nightmare to just use this teleporter for like 10,000 times. Okay, we're back. Now I do the chocolate pancake. Close. Do this one first. Need 1 more plate. Not an necklace. Right, we're coming up on time very soon now. Couple seconds. And time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Alright. So I finished, I think, roughly 1 minute above my PB. Which is totally fine. I made a big crucial mistake in the final level here. I handed in the wrong pizza. That was not cool. I still have to finish the VOD. I want to see if I try to sell off a raw uncooked pizza. or if I put something wrong on there. Yeah, it's about a minute above my PB, which is also world record. And to this point, to this day, I'm satisfied with this run. It was fun showing it off. Hopefully you guys had fun watching it as well. So we can also show off the credits. We have now saved the Onion Kingdom by defeating the horde of unbred with our culinary cooking skills. Supreme cooking skills. And there we go, we see a couple of the cooks. So yeah, I want to quickly give some shoutouts like to the Overcooked community. There are a couple of very talented people for the high score hunting section. One of them inspired me to actually pick this game up and do it a little bit more seriously. This is Overture. He has multiple world records for high scores. Very talented guy. And also huge shoutouts to my little retro game community, the Neon Knight Riders. Greetings to you guys. And with this being said, I think we are ready to close off this game and go to the next one. Thank you guys for the GGs again. Thank you very much for accepting this game. It was fun showing it off. Yeah, with this being said, I'm heading out now. And